Alright, so here's the deal. I need to practice Sick Pickles for the next episode of the Atari 7800 Homebrew podcast. But I don't really run emulators for 7800 because emulating a 7800 on a Mac is kind of a pain in the butt. So instead, what I like to do is use this thing, a Mateos cart, in the appropriate burner. That label I put on there, that's actually on top of a pokey chip that says no burner. That's to remind me to not connect the burner to this side, but to connect it to the top here. But here's the thing. The Mateos cart doesn't really work very terribly well with the Mac operating system, Sierra and High Sierra, because those two operating systems, for whatever, they do something to the file and the progress. The versions of the Mac operating system before Sierra work fine with a little bit of trickery, but I haven't found any real trickery except this. So here's what you want to do. First off, you're going to restart your computer or start it up. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to restart. And let's see, there we go. And of course you get that nice little threatening letter. You get that nice little threatening note there that if you do nothing, it's going to restart. Fine, I don't give a crap. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to restart. And while it restarts, I'm going to hold down the Alt key. No, the Option key, actually. Or is it the Alt? Oh, it's Windows R. Windows R. Or is it Alt R? No, it's Alt R. Or is it Windows R? I think it should be Alt R. Or Option R on an actual Mac keyboard. Thing is, like, if you're on an iMac like I am right now, you don't want to use the wireless keyboard because it doesn't always take. So I keep a spare USB keyboard handy. And the reset's taking a little bit longer than usual, so there we go. Once you hear the startup thing, then you do Command R, or Alt R, on a Windows keyboard. So let's see. If this loads pretty slowly, then you know you did it right. Let's see, Alt R. Oh, this is fascinating. Or maybe it's Windows R. Oh, you know what? I think it is Windows R because the Windows key takes the place of the Command key. The Alt key takes the place of the Option key. So yeah, it's going to be Command R, not Windows R. My fault. But we just wait a sec for stuff to happen. Sick Pickles, by the way, is a clone of the Atari 2600 game Fast Food by Telesys. But I really want to play Sick Pickles on my 7800, and I got to get it on this Mateos cart. The amount of time it's taking is telling me that I did it right finally. Let's see here. Yeah, that progress bar is filling up pretty slowly. Now what this is doing is it's booting into the recovery partition. And what was interesting is before I upgraded to High Sierra, the little menu you saw come up earlier, I installed a boot menu in there. It used to actually have like an option for the recovery partition, but that no longer exists. Now you actually have to boot straight into the recovery partition. But you need to boot into the recovery partition. Basically, you want to get to the terminal before the full operating system not installs, but boots up. And that's what this is going to do. It's going to get you into the terminal before the entire operating system can load and do any crazy work to the file you're transmitting over to the Mateos cart. So, yeah, while we're waiting, you can get a look at my messy desk here. Here's my actual Mac keyboard there. A dual tape drive I'm using for my ongoing project of digitizing all my audio tapes. Let's see, jury summons right there. Gotta go Monday. And my optical media right there. Really nice box that I got. I wish I remember who the company was. A couple of books and a box but no cartridge for Motorcycle. Might use that Motorcycle box to store my Mateos cart. Book of Ruby. From one of the many times I tried to learn Ruby, I suppose I'll try to learn it again. I don't really like Ruby, but anyway, here we go. We're in macOS Utilities. This is exactly where you want to be. So you want to go over to the Utilities menu. Or is it macOS Utilities? No, it's Utilities. And enter the terminal. Okay, so we're going to... There we go. We got the terminal up here. So I'm going to put that down over here for all to see. And what you want to do is attach the burner to the Mateos cart with the X's and O's aligned properly. See how there are X's all along there? I want to make sure the X's are on the proper side on the burner, which they are. Okay, so there we go. And then connect the USB cable, which I gotta find. Let's see, I think this is the one. No, that's micro. I need mini, which is gotta be around here somewhere because I was just using my microphone. Yep, here we go. So go ahead and connect. Now, here's the thing. You have to know exactly where your ROMs are stored. The ROMs that I'm using are stored on my desktop. So here we go. We got a terminal window right here. So it helps to know a little bit of basic Linux, really, or Unix. I'm going to type, let's see, is this... Okay, it doesn't look like it's going to want to use my wireless keyboard, so I use my USB. Let's see, what directory am I in? All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change directory to the very, 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 very top. CD space /. Let's see what I have here. I'm going to ls. Depending on which Unix teacher you have, ls means either list or list source. All right, so I want to go into volumes, see what volumes I have. There should be a volume called drive name. There it is, drive name, drive underscore name. Let me see, my desktop, actually, wait a minute, let me see. ls/, do I have users in there? I do not, that's okay. CD Ramon, that's the name of my main hard drive partition where the Mac operating system lives. And let's see, CD users, and ls, my name is Dauber, so I'm going to go CD, hello? Oh, getting the beach ball, there we go. Ah! CD Dauber. And I think it's in the desktop. So I'm going to switch over to the desktop. CD means you're changing directory. Let me see. Okay, so there I am. Oh, Trevor's 70. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's a... Oh, geez. Which one of those is it? Let me... shoot. ls pipe more. What this will do is it'll list the source, but it'll actually pause it while listing things. Let's see, do I see anything in there? Dooby-dooby-doo. I do. Oh, there's Roof Pooper. Oh, there it is. 7800 renamed for Mateos, so I'm going to quit. CD, quote, 7800 renamed for Mateos, end quote. And what do I have in there? Oh, I want to go into Homebrew because this is a Homebrew. And, oh, there it is, Sick Pickles. Notice that the file is named .48 uppercase K. For a ROM to work on the Mateos cart, you have to name it in that format. It has to be whatever you want to call it, dot the size of the ROM. For the most part, there are exceptions to some Activision games, I think, and if you use a Pokey, in this case, this game does not use Pokey at all, so I don't need to worry about Pokey. But there it is. There's Sick Pickles. And what I want to do is I want to copy that thing. So CP for copy. And then put the file name, sickpickles.48k. And then next is where it's going to go. So /volumes/drive_name. And let me double check drive name. And make sure that there's nothing else but Sick Pickles in there. There's a problem. There's more than just Sick Pickles in there. I'm going to LSA, or LS-A, which means list everything in there. So there we go. Everything in there is just simply sickpickles.48k and ._sickpickles.48k. So I'm going to remove that other, that ._ file. So I'm going to do remove ._ So I'm not typing the rest of that crap. I'm just going to remove and use a wildcard asterisk. Let me list source again. There we go. That's the only thing left. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go yoink, remove the burner. If you leave the burner attached and try to load it up in the Atari 7800, nothing happens. It basically prevents the 7800 from turning on. So you have to remove that thing first. So let me see how I'm going to do this here. There's my 7800. All the stuff goes out with the little changer up at the top, little dial thing, rotating thing. I'm going to turn it on. So far, so good. Hey, look at that. It worked. Sick Pickles by Brixius Less Fancy version. Can't wait to play it. So now you know how to put a ROM on a Mateos cart on the latest version of the Mac operating system, which as of this recording is High Sierra. So, enjoy.